Well, Canyon View Estates was developed in the early 60s from 1961 to 66. William Kreisel was the architect. Roy Fay was the builder.
Roy Fay had been approached to oversee this project several years earlier. At that time, a condominium complex was not the intended project, and there was a definite Hollywood connection.
Tony Curtis and Janet Lee were avid tennis buffs, and they wanted to join the tennis club in Palm Springs.
Unfortunately, at that time, many golf and tennis clubs followed strict anti-Semitic policies, and Curtis, who was Jewish, was not allowed to join. So, like the Marx Brothers before them, this Hollywood power couple decided to start their own club.
So they went to Roy Fay and they had this property set aside. They were going to develop a tennis club, and then they had a scandalous divorce, and so that all fell apart.
So, Tony Curtis's Caballeros Tennis Club, Hotel, and Restaurant did not come to fruition. That did not dissuade Roy Fay from building something truly extraordinary.
But Roy Fay saw that this was a great location and decided to start with Canyon View Estates, and he did a number of other developments in this area afterwards as well.
Assisting Mr. Fay was famed American architect William Kreisel. Kreisel had designed more than 30,000 homes throughout Southern California. Some local examples of his work include the Ocotillo Lodge Hotel and the Alexander House, which is better known as the Elvis Honeymoon Hideaway.
He was really one of the proponents of the Palm Springs School of Architecture, which included a lot of the mid-century modern design qualities that we sort of connect to Palm Springs. So clerestory windows, shadow block, and he had a very expert use of space. These are small units, they're not real big, but they take advantage of the space that's here and really bring the indoors, outdoors together.
Canyon View Estates was originally projected to be a 225-unit complex. During development, it was decided to eliminate 45 of those units, and soon proved that quality-wise, less is more.
We have a huge amount of open space, which is pretty unusual in Palm Springs.
Tom Dahl has lived here for 10 years. He says that some landscape restructuring has become necessary due to the need to conserve water.
There were a lot of lawns, and for years that wasn't so much of an issue, but of course now it's unsustainable to have this much grass. So each of the various HOAs here in Canyon View has been trying to tackle this issue of how do we deal with so much lawn. So here we've gone through a lot of turf removal and removed a lot of it, put in desert landscaping, and actually improved the whole landscape overall. It's not as if we're getting rid of something, we're really making it much better.
And now that you've noticed all the extra space on the ground, avert your gaze upward.
We don't have wires, there's no power lines, and there's nothing that you look at in this community that looks current other than the cars. So what we found is that the minute you take modern cars out of the picture and you put classic cars in the scene, you're suddenly transported back to 1964, 1968, whatever year you decide.
What are we doing?
Changing the world.
What are we doing?
Changing the world.
And that is exactly what happened during the production of Olivia Wilde's 2022 suspense thriller, Don't Worry, Darling. Much of that film was shot here.
With you all the time.
The producers of that film were obviously drawn to this area, much like the visiting tourist who engaged in annual modernism events.
There's going to be a modernism house tour during February Modernism Week for Canyon View Estates, and this is the first time that all of the HOAs here have gotten together to do it, so that's really exciting. We do another event in the fall called the Cul-de-sac Experience, which takes advantage of living in a cul-de-sac, bringing classic cars, dancers, having sort of a street party. So as a community, we've really come together, and I think the architecture helps us do that because we all share that, and so we share the experience of living here, and we like to share it with the world as well.
For our Desert Past, Steve Sumrall, NBC Palm Springs, News First.